How many bullets do you think you could take before going down to the ground? Because this woman I came across on Twitter the other day took 2.
Drop the fucking pick! Shot fired. Drop the pick!
Now I know obviously that looks like a lot more than 2 bullets. You might be saying to yourself, DC, you're crazy if you think that was 2 bullets landing in her. But no, I'm not lying. It says it right here on the post. It says, a San Diego woman takes 2 shots to the chest and still advances on officers with the ballpoint pen until tased. So it wasn't the 2 gunshots that took her out. It was the taser of all things. No, not the 2 bullets that could potentially be lethal, that hurt way worse than a taser. No, the taser, the electrical current through my body. And I guess that makes sense because you are sending an electrical signal through your nervous system.
Drop the pin! Get on the fucking ground right now! Get on the ground!
This lady absolutely refused to get on the ground, even with 2 bullets landing in her chest. I guess she felt invincible. Cue title card. Like, I just can't wrap my head around the thought process of someone who is able to take 2 bullets and still continue to pursue an officer with a gun still pointed at you. I feel like at that point, you just want your life to end. I feel like you have nothing to lose.
Back up!
Now, I gotta give it to her. That walk had complete aura. Straight aura farming. I feel as though she knew that she might have died in that moment and that her body cam footage was gonna be around or she was gonna be plastered on social media. So she had to make it look good, go out stylish. That walk right there reminds me for some reason of Dio or Jotaro, that one battle they had.
Get on the fucking ground or I'm gonna shoot you!
And she continues to walk towards him like a slasher in a horror film. She screamed, but without the knife. She's using a pin. So she's John Wick actually. Now it gets to a certain point, there's like a whole car coming at you and you are still holding this pin up. Honestly, I probably would be scared too if someone had a pin and kept charging me when she has a car coming to hit her and a gun pointed towards her and I'm telling her to stop. Like, why are you so confident? Do you know something that I don't? Can you actually hurt me? Because my first thought would not be to shoot someone who's holding a pin. Now I do have to say in the beginning, she was charging someone with it. So he had to stop her from harming someone else. And actually, they had received the call. And in the call, the report said,
Hi, 16th and Island. There's 2 homeless fighting and one's trying to stab another one with a knife, stick or something.
Yeah, so right there, he says a knife or a pick. And initially, the cop with the gun also says drop the pick because he thinks that it's something a little more lethal than a pin. But honestly, who knows? That pin is probably hella lethal the way she's charging at them.
It's a pen. It's a pen.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, it sounded like he had absolute fear in his voice. It sounded like his hands were shaking. He's saying it's just a pin, but it sounds like he's trying to convince himself. Like, is that just a pin? Why is she coming at me with a pin? Again, do you know something I do not? Because I'm confused here. I fear for my life. I don't understand. She's coming at me with a pin. What is with that pin? Little does he know that pin is a secret destroyer of the universe. Right here it says he switches to his taser. Then he goes on to shoot her with the taser. And finally, she's taken down. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, she's on the ground. So we can finally handcuff her, get her locked up, and we're good. We're done with this. But no, we're not.
Get on the ground!
Because she still holds on to the pin.
Drop the pin!
She doesn't let go of the pin.
You're under arrest!
Even with all these officers surrounding her.
Drop the pin!
Screaming in agony, still holding on to that pin, ready to take charge. And eventually, she takes the prongs out. She removes the prongs. Bro, who is this woman? Someone, please let me know. I might have a job for her. Might have a hit to put out there. No, I don't. I'm kidding. She stands back up like Jason rising from his grave and gets tased again. And finally, it's over. Now, me personally, I don't know. Maybe I just can't be a cop because I still might be afraid. She fought for so long with that pin. I know if she was in a life or death situation, she is coming out a survivor. She is beating Saw. Jigsaw ain't got shit on this woman because she will not go down without a fight. I ain't never seen a crime scene where the pin was the weapon. Now, I do have to say, regardless of it all, it still is pretty crazy to shoot someone with just a pin. Like, I feel like that's just a completely absurd reaction to someone who has a pin. And yes, I know someone like John Wick, he's lethal with the pencil. He can take us out with just a pencil, and that's a lot less durable than a pin. But this is the real world, and she is just a regular or somewhat regular person with a pin. You have been trained in hand-to-hand combat. I feel like I can take the pin out of her hands or take her down with the pin. You should feel the same. I don't know, the fear in his voice when she was coming at him with that pin, I don't think that he watches too many scary movies. But anyways, yeah, I just randomly came across that on Twitter and wanted to share it and talk about it maybe a little bit. Yeah.